How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we have another community questions video for you guys, which for those of you who don't know is where I put a question on my community section on YouTube, and then you guys leave answers to that or your thoughts to the question itself, and then I'll go through the comments, we'll talk about it, give a little bit of extra thoughts and feedback on it as well, and it's a cool way to get you guys involved in the videos. But anyway, today's question is one we've asked in the past, but because we had so many comments on it, and because so many people requested me to go back and do this again, we are going to go back and we're going to touch on the same topic once again. So this was, what are some things all players should already know? We did one of these in the past, like I said, and there was quite a few in here that I actually didn't know about, and you guys were saying in the comments there was quite a few that you didn't know about as well. So we're going to go through, find some comments that weren't picked the first time, and hopefully there's some stuff in here that you can learn. But let me know, how many of these did you know? In the comments, let me know down below. Did you know all of these? Did you only know a couple of these? I'd be super interested in knowing, because last time there was quite a few people, just like myself, they learned like 2 or 3 things, so that's pretty cool to see. But anyway, if you enjoy the video, do leave a like, do subscribe to the channel if you're new. Let's jump into this, shall we? Alright, so our first comment is from The Duck, and you say you don't need the 100mm to 10 build weapons and gear to PVM. This is super true, and I actually made a video about this recently where I think it's called something like you need 5 build plus to PVM or something, and obviously that was like a bit of a sarcastic clickbaity title, but I went through and I did it all in really cheap gear, explaining that you can actually PVM in like a 5 to 10mm setup, and it goes actually okay. A lot of the stuff is experience and practice rather than having the best in slot gear. People who have no experience whatsoever will actually do worse at PVM than someone who has experience and is using maybe even no gear sometimes, except for weapons, of course. But I've included this because in that video I made it very clear that there's a lot of people that actually think you need amazing like 5 build setups to be able to get into PVM, and that's not true whatsoever. I always see people complaining about the price inflations and stuff, saying that you can't get into PVM because the prices are way too high for the gear that you need to have. And you really don't. If you want to go and do Vindicta, you can do that with a Bandos armor set and like a Dragon Rider Lance. You could even do it with less. You could do it with Elder Rune armor, maybe. You'd be absolutely fine. It'll take longer kills, but that's how you get your bank to increase. You start off with the smaller stuff and then you work your way up. I really liked this comment, so I wanted to make sure I included it to get the point across once again that you do not need a massive expensive bank to get into PVM. Start off with lower gear, kill the lower level bosses, get some drops from there, move your way up as you upgrade your gear, and then eventually you'll have that big 5 build gear setup, and then you'll be able to easily kill other bosses. All these extra super expensive stuff, usually stuff that just increases your kill times. It doesn't stop you from getting the kills. You'll be absolutely fine on some budget setups. Alright, our next comment says, Goldberg Machine for Viswax, Deepsea Merchant, Giant Oyster, Reaper tasks. A lot of players ignore them. That is definitely me. But this is actually kind of cool one because there's a few things in here that are like dailies or monthlies or whatever. And honestly, I put off quite a lot of these, and I know a lot of other people do as well. Like, I think I do the Reaper and the Merchant out of those, and even then I forget so many times. Right now I'm sitting on a Reaper task that I have not done for so long, so I should probably reset that and get a different one that I'm more interested in. But either way, these tasks are definitely worth doing. The Goldberg Machine is the daily that you can do to get Viswax. You can either sell that off or you'll use it if you're a PVMer. This can actually be some really good daily money. I believe you can actually almost fund a bond if you do this every day, so it's actually pretty damn good. It helps out quite a lot. But I've done this like twice. My entire time playing, I've done it about twice because I'm just too lazy to do it. But this is definitely something that's worth doing. I just wanted to say sorry for my voice. It's going to be coming and going. I've lost it again, but that's fine. The Deepsea Merchant is a trader that you'll probably join a friend's chat to find. I believe it's called Whirlpool D&D. And then when you get in there, it'll tell you what world it's on, and they sell different stuff daily. But you can get things like Death Touch Darts, Reaper task points, and a few other things as well that like give you points and stuff in other parts of the game. So it's really useful to get, like the Livid Plant, it's really useful to get. And honestly, this is something that I do quite a lot actually, because I want to get the Livid Plants as much as I can. And of course, Reaper points and Death Touch Darts are a nice bonus to get. The Giant Oyster, I believe, is kind of like a clue scroll, but it's a monthly by the Wizard's Tower. You go underwater, you feed the oyster and stuff, and then you can actually get like a random clue scroll reward out of that, I believe. So that's definitely worth doing as well. That's something that I put off quite a lot. I've done a few of them. I tried to do it, but I tend to forget. And this is actually something that I didn't know about for quite a while until probably about a couple of months ago now, and I actually had no idea this was a thing, so maybe you guys didn't know either. Reaper tasks, a lot of players really do ignore these. I actually ignored them for so long, and it was so stupid because the Hydrix is so damn good. It's so expensive, you can make a lot of money, and you're just doing bossing anyway. So one, it can mix up your bossing experience, give you sort of motivation to do other bosses that you wouldn't normally do, and two, you can make great money while doing it. You get Slayer experience as well, so there's literally no reason not to do your Reaper tasks. So I'd highly suggest that you do get on those if you haven't already. But I'm sure for quite a lot of people watching, there's something in here that you didn't know about, or you knew about but you probably didn't realize how good it was. So hopefully things like your Viswax and stuff, that will help you out quite a bit. Our next comment is from Martin, and you say you can check and search the Grand Exchange for the price of items directly from your backpack using the price checker. This is actually kind of cool, and something that I kind of figured out when just messing with all the stuff in there. But basically, if you click on your price checker and go to the actual price checker itself, you can then click on the little search icon. There's a little search icon just at the bottom left, and then once you've clicked on that, it will open up like a Grand Exchange store window. And what you're going to want to do is type in anything that you want to price check. So if I price check a bucket of milk, you can actually see that the price is coming up at 513 coins, which is probably pretty damn accurate for something that is traded so damn often on the Grand Exchange. Items that are traded a little bit less often or have a higher value, the Grand Exchange prices do tend to be off a little bit, but it's either way. If there's anything you need to check the price of really quickly, then you can definitely use this. It's a cool little thing that I assume actually quite a lot of people probably didn't know this one, but it is really useful sometimes if you're sort of AFK in something and you're in your head, you're wondering how much something is, rather than going to the Grand Exchange and checking, or rather than like having to go to Google and check on the wiki, then you can definitely just do this instead, and it'll tell you how much the Grand Exchange says it is. Alright, our next comment is from Iron Maiden, and you say everybody should know that the optimal quest guide exists on both versions of RuneScape on their respective wikis. This is definitely something that I know a lot of people do know about. However, if you don't know about this, then this is something that will help you out a lot. If you are someone who likes to make new accounts, or if you are someone who's working through the quest list, this will help in making sure you've got the right things in the right order. It will just make your life a bit easier. So this basically goes through the best way, the best order for you to actually go through all of the quests. So it can save you a bit of time, and it does make your life a little bit less stressful. But personally, I have done almost no quests in this game, which is kind of sad because the quests are really, really good, but I'm just too lazy. Unless there's something that is locked for PVM behind a quest, then I may go and do it then. But otherwise, I don't know, quests just aren't my thing. But this is definitely something that you can use, and thank you very much for sharing, because I'm sure it'll be helpful for a lot of people if they didn't know about it already. The next comment is from Rune Dragon, and you say you can set up interface presets. I have an AFK preset that is set up to fit on only half of my screen, and a full screen preset for full screen. Basically what they're saying here is you can actually set up your user interface on your screen, or your windows, your boxes, all that sort of stuff, and then you can save that as a preset. I think you believe you have like 3 or 4, but once you do that, you can actually save that as a different one, change it, edit it, and then save another one as well. So what this person has is one that when they drag their screen to the corner of the screen or to the side, it will all lay out perfectly for them, so they can AFK while maybe watching Netflix or doing something else, maybe playing something else on a different game. But either way, you can actually have this set up in a way that you can do things like that. Personally, I have a couple of these. I have one that is set up, obviously what you guys always see in my videos when I'm actually playing the game properly, and I have a second one when I'm trying to edit videos and also AFK stuff at the same time, because a lot of the stuff that I have on my main screen I just don't need when I'm AFKing, and sometimes I'll drag my screen into like the corner of a different screen so I can still have files and stuff come up over the top, and I can still click stuff in the background without it having to actually minimize or bring stuff over the top of it. So it's like it all fits nicely. It's hard to explain, but having it set as a preset definitely makes life a lot easier. To do this, literally just press escape once you've got your interface set up, go to edit layout mode, and then in there all you're going to want to do is make sure it's all set up properly, and then save it as one of your custom ones. I'll say my custom 1 all the way through to 4, and then just make sure you don't overwrite the wrong one. And then whenever you want to do it, back in there I'll say load layout, click my custom 1 through whichever number it is, and then that'll do that for you automatically. Our next comment is from Age of Zero, and he says you should definitely use all of the resources you can, for example guides, the wiki, and veterans that have played for a while. This is such a good comment because it's actually so true. A lot of players will join this game, and it's a game that is really not that good for early game players to get into. Now it's a good early game, but getting into it and picking stuff up and figuring it all out and learning it's a lot to take on board. It really is. So if you are a new player and you somehow stumbled across this, really take this advice on board. It is super useful. It is so damn helpful to use things like the wiki, use all the guides that you can use. Things like when you're doing a quest, if you're stuck in a quest, there's a guide for it. But trust me, there will be many guides for it, either on YouTube, on the RuneScape wiki itself. there will always be step-by-step stuff for you to get through it and make your life a lot easier. If there's anything you don't understand, there'll be something on that as well. And then honestly, even if you can't actually find something, then just ask another player as well. There's a good chance that they'll probably know. If you look for someone who's like a higher level, then there's a good chance that someone will probably be able to help at that point. If not, then you can always join a clan as well and ask in there. But asking people for help, using the wiki, making sure you look for like guides on YouTube and stuff for when you're stuck with stuff or when you want to understand something more, this is definitely something that you should do. And honestly, don't feel like you're sort of like pulling away from the game. Everybody does this. Even high level players use the wiki for RuneScape almost every single day. I'm telling you now, that wiki gets opened by me almost every single day that I play this game, because there's always stuff that I want to figure out, there's always stuff that I need to learn about, and there's always little bits of extra information and stuff that I want to do. And if I was going to do a quest today, I would be loading that wiki before I even started the quest, because it will tell me step by step what to do, and it is super helpful. So for any new players, Age of Zero's advice is absolutely great, and this should definitely be taken on board. Most people do know this. People who've been in the game for a while do know that if there's anything they're struggling with, open the wiki, get it done. But if you don't, because you're a new player, this is something that you now know. Make the most of it. Our next comment is from Brandon, and you say, everyone should know that questing helps leveling skills or get low-key useful items. Asylum Ring, 6th Age Circuit, etc. So this is actually super true. Everyone should know this. And if you don't, then hell, you definitely do now. So questing is really important in this game for certain things. Now, I said earlier that I don't really do quests all that much when I can avoid them. That's just because I'm lazy. But the ones I have done is because they unlock a hell of a lot of useful stuff, or they give a really good amount of experience in specific skills. As a low level player, it is so damn good for you to do quests rather than just going and leveling up. The quests will help you out so much early on. You'll get so much experience boost faster than what you can do at low levels anyway. Certain quests can put you from level 1 all the way to level 30 in specific skills as well. And on the RuneScape wiki, you can actually see which quests will give what experience. So if you wanted some agility experience, you could search RuneScape 3 agility experience quests, and it will tell you all the list of quests and the requirements that you can get agility experience from. So that's super useful to know. But not only that, as he mentioned, you can also get really cool items as well, but you also get abilities and skills and stuff, which will help out a hell of a lot. There's some skills in here like ultimate abilities that you'll use literally every time you go to a boss. So there's so much stuff locked behind quests that are worth doing, worth unlocking, and if you don't know that, then hey, now you do. Alright, the next comment is from Wazzy, and you say, summoning Renewal is a thing barely anyone from my clan knows about. Oh, and also Soul Link is fun, makes the game more teamworky. So, Summoning Renewal is a potion that will actually restore your summoning points and your familiar special move points over 6 minutes, I believe, just like Overloads. And you can actually make them at level 88 Herblore, but you can just buy them off the Grand Exchange. But before knowing this, you may think that I knew about these, but right now I'm looking this up on the wiki, and I had no idea that these were a thing either. So, this is kind of useful. I don't know how good it would be compared to having a spiritual prayer potion, but I'm assuming these are going to be quite useful in a lot of places. But I absolutely did not know about this, and I'm glad that I do now, because I'm sure if I'm AFKing somewhere, maybe like at Turoth or something for farming, this could be really, really useful. They're not that expensive either, considering what they do, so that's actually pretty cool. As for Soul Link, I think you added this as just a little bit of extra, didn't you? Because you were talking about this in one of the streams recently, and I think you're just having a lot of fun with it. But this is a prayer that you do get once you've completed the light with him, and what it does is it will link two people that are close to each other, and you'll share damage and healing between yourselves. So if someone heals, then you will share that healing with each other, but you also share the damage as well. So I'm sure you could do some pretty cool stuff with this. I don't know exactly how well the heal works, so if you used Heal Other on somebody else, would you both just get healed? Because Heal Other actually costs you health, but then you share damage as well, so I really have no idea how that works. But I'm assuming you can make some stuff that's quite interesting with this. Wazzy, if you're watching the video at the moment, you'll have to let me know what sort of stuff have you done with this. I'm very interested in hearing. Alright guys, that was going to be our last one from today. I hope that you found something in here that you didn't know about actually. But if you did know all of them, let me know in the comments that you knew every single one of them. And if not, let me know how many you didn't know and how many things you'd learned. I'd be super interested in seeing. Just like the last one, you guys were all commenting and letting me know how many. So if there's any in this one, do the exact same thing and let me know in the comments. But if you enjoyed, then do leave a like on the video as well. It does help me out a hell of a lot. So if you do have a spare 3 seconds, just give it a little click on that button. I really appreciate it. If you're new to my channel and you enjoyed, or if you've maybe watched a few videos and aren't subscribed yet, then maybe click that subscribe button, because we're getting close to 10k. I can't believe it. We're nearly at 10k, so help me out. Click that sub button and then keep up with all the videos. Absolutely awesome. Anyway, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Thank you as an extra thank you to my channel members that are supporting the channel and myself that little bit extra each and every month. You guys are absolutely awesome. Your names will be on screen right now as well. So thank you all so much to you guys. If you're interested in joining the channel members, anybody, there is a join button by the sub button. So give that a click. You can see what perks you get while you also support me. And it's honestly super appreciated. But anyway, guys, thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And I will see you all in the next one. See you later, guys. Bye.